Ladies and gentlemen,
brothers and sisters,
it's time for bass history in the mix.
This is a journey into sound.
Pump up the volume.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Bass. Yeah, boy.
Give me a funky ass bass line.
That's my man throwing down. That's my man throwing down.
Talk to me a little bit about those sessions. How did y'all come up with the song to sample for each record? Because you had a lot of soulful samples, a lot of jamming samples in there. Who comes up with those ideas for which sample to use?
Well, first of all, it's more or less because when I started working with Poison Clan, Mr. Mix did the first album, first of all. And then when I started working with Poison Clan, at first I wasn't. Deb started working started working on the Poison's Mentality album, right? And so he started working on it. I was at the time working on another album with, I can't remember who I was working. It might have been Lawan Love, which the album never came out, but I think it was either Lawan or I might have started working on Bust Down, either or. So Poison Clan was like 4 or 5 songs in. 4 or 5 songs in, and they had a disagreement with Luke. They felt Luke wasn't paying them money. So they took their tapes, allegedly. They took their tapes and what they call that, where they put a magnet on it and mess the whole tapes up. Mm-hmm. So they left Luke.
Prior said we went down there, we took our tapes back. Nigga put magnums over and everything. 2-inch reel, you put a magnet over the tape, it destroyed. You can't even use that shit. So those of y'all who say y'all heard that album before Poison's Mentality, if you got a tape or cassette of it, you got some gold. Because nobody else got that shit.
And that was Deb and JT Money. But JT Money came back. They worked out a deal. Home Team came back late. Deb came back later on as Home Team. Mm-hmm. But so now Jay is back, and we got to start back over again. This time I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do the thing. Deb had did I Hate Hoes. It was a little different. Same sample, was a little bit different.
But the same sample, that what was that song?
The Junior.
Hey yo, life's a bitch, so I marry one. A nigga in love with a bitch, it's very dumb. The BC is hoe haters. That's the motherfucking reason all hoes haters. But I don't give a fuck. Cause all a bitch good for is a suck and a quick nut. Tryna get a nigga riches. But I got beef for all y'all bitches. Tryna run no sex scams. And a nigga face getting fucked by the next man. But I don't care about that either. Cause all I wanna do is fuck, then leave ya. See, I know how the game goes. Yo, fuck y'all hoes. Come on! I hate hoes. Come on! Hoes hate me. Pump it up! I hate hoes. Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up! I hate hoes. Hoes get louder now. All the niggas in the back get louder now. Pump it up! Pump it up! Get loose now. Pump it up! Pump it up! Oh God!
What was that? Mama used to say, "Take your time." Yeah.
Young man, yes sir.
Right. So I came back, redid it, did it a little differently. And then what other song was did that was did before? Whole Stories was did, but it was with another beat.
Yo, JT, check this out, right? Remember back in the day, niggas was skipping shit, right? We said, fuck with the hoes and see you kick little rhymes and shit. Hey, I want you to do some of the same shit, man. Like that's back in the days. I want you to do this one for all the boys around the way. You know what I'm saying? Same shit about all of the stank bitch.
Hey, yo, met a hoe named Sonya. Say, hey, baby doll, let a nigga get on ya. She was with it, but one thing. She had one leg and walked with a cane. I couldn't tell cause she was sitting real pretty. Big fat ass and some fat ass titties. When the hoe stood up, trying to balance herself, I'm like, what the fuck? She was giving me plenty play. I ain't wanna be rude, so I fucked the hoe anyway. I only did what I could. But one thing about it, the pussy was good. I threw that leg to the ceiling, long dick the hoe, and the bitch started squealing like a dog in pain. Bitch started coming and yelling out my name. Then she put that leg round my waist, pulled me close and said, come in her face. Now you know I was with it. Put dick in her mouth and the silly bitch bit it. Damn, I pulled it out quick. Now I got teeth marks round my dick. I hit that bitch like a man. Mad as fuck, swollen dick in my hand. Now I'm in pain, so I beat that bitch ass with an iron cane. Jumped in the brown, kept the bitch cane, and made that bitch hop home. And you don't stop, silly bitch won't bite no dick no more. Silly bitch won't bite no dick no more. Cripple hoe, what you gonna do?
But if you would have heard the original, and it was only two people that had that original. One of them, he's not with us no more. Rest in peace. And he was the one that actually was doing the hook on "I Hate Hoes, Hoes Hate Me." That was Milky Mill. You know what I'm saying? And but anyway, going back, so I started working on the Poison Clan now. Now the thing about it was when Deb was doing it, he was getting the records. He was coming over there to my house. Where actually I was in a hotel then. He was coming there, digging in my crate. You know what I'm saying? So I just like, okay, let me start finding certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up here finding records. I said, yeah, this be good. This be good to use for this. This be good. Madball was there a lot of times, and he was helping. You know what they're going to do for each particular record. So it's just, you know, you there, everybody's there, and everybody's, you know, being creative, and then you know, you come up with ideas, you know what I'm saying, and then you pick the best one that you feel, and you roll with it. As far as musically, I just picked songs that I was like, yeah, I want to use this, I want to use this. Wasn't really no, you know, what song you gonna use there? I just had songs. I'm really just making the beat. I ain't even thinking about the rapping part yet. I'm just saying I want to use this. Action. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's do this.
Now hear this. All rude boy putting a gun pan cock. I want to see them JT. Hear this. Check this out. Any pussy will taste, but just murder them, Zen. Cause I be an action where they defend. And I mean your Uzi run thing for years. So just coming at this, Zen, and tell the people them why here.
I remember me and this cat did a caper. Two young niggas bout getting paper. We touched a nigga we heard who had big grip. Walking around with 5 or 6 money clips. We laid him down and got away. Went back round the way to count out pay. We had for $5 exactly. The nigga had my gun and then he pointed at me. I gave the nigga the loot, but then he stepped away. But then I bumped into his ass the next day. Put that thing up to his head and said, yeah, nigga, yesterday you bad with your hands on the trigger. He said a dope made him acting that fashion. I say, fuck that shit.
And then they hear it, and then they go, okay, what we gonna do with this? What kind of song should this be? Okay, this one right here should be let's do Fugitive.
What you're about to hear is basically on the minds of all young black men. The only way they figure they can get out of this rundown society, the only way to live, they consider themselves as fugitives.
So what? I got a dark complexion and gold teeth. Is that a reason to call the police on a nigga that's known to be a black sheep? They wanna throw my ass in the back seat, but a nigga can't stand it. The whole system's underhanded. I'm looked at as a bandit, so I go start a riot. But they gon' have to bust a cap in my ass to keep me quiet. cause I can't be held down. I'ma fight for my shit, so that makes me jail bound. Here come the boys in blue to harass me, but all them punk motherfuckers can kiss my ass, see? A nigga ain't scared to do time. I did it before, it's all in the mind, but I ain't trying to go back. And I'ma give all these motherfuckers hell black, cause that's what they gave me. And ain't one bitch out there who can save me. But before they take me, they gotta catch me. What the fuck that make me? A fugitive.
This is like right here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and everything just came up, and everything came together. You know what I'm saying? And when you ain't really in no big rush, you know what I'm saying? Like a timeline. That's why everybody say that first album, most of the time, is your best album. Mm-hmm. Your second album sometimes can be, when you do your second album and it outdo your first album, you have arrived.
Right. And like you said, when y'all doing it, you don't realize the impact that you're doing it, because you just doing it. You just showing up to the studio. You just
I don't know what's gonna be a hit. I had no Shake What Your Mama Gave You was the last song did on the album. And the reason why it was the last song did, Luke was like, we need a booty shake record for that. I like the album, but we ain't really got a booty shake record on this album. I need at least one. Give me at least one. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened, I told you the story about the Devastator with the I Wanna Rock.
Right.
So JT said, well, let me hear some beats you got. JT wanted the I Wanna Rock. He's like, no, you can't get the I Wanna Rock. I already gave that to Luke. So he played that one. He's like, all right, I can do something with that one. And that's how that came about.
Shake what your mama gave you.
I'm up fit. See, I'ma get my money's worth, bitch. I ain't trying to make your ass rich. JT with a different kind of flavor, bitch. Take what your mama gave ya. Come on, say shake what your mama gave ya. 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 Come on, work that shit, bitch. Work for this money, honey, stop faking. I wanna see some real booty shaking. Slap that ass and make it jiggle. Now shake for a little. Drop to the ground, do a split. Bounce up and down like you're riding on a dick. Grab the pole. Bend on over, now shut that booty hole. Play with your clit and don't quit. A nigga be loving that wild shit, but just don't stop. I give a whole $5 for a tabletop, cause I got the cash flow. But you know, you gotta shake that asshole. Can't nothing save ya. Bitch, shake what your mama gave ya. Come on. Shake what your mama gave ya. 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 Shake what your mama gave ya.
You ain't just a whooping. That's a whole lot of cash. I gotta admit, honey, that's a whole lot of ass.
Bitches, get your ass on the dance floor. Show me what you got in store. If you can't holler, now see me later. I gotta say peace to Devastator for making the beat. Now I'ma give a shout out to all your big booty freaks for working that ass so smoothly. Piece of Mike Fresh, Madball, and Uzi. Say JT like the disc hoes. Well, how you like this, hoes? Get bunk ass wide. Shake that ass like it's going out of style. Don't hide the vibe.
Shake what your mama gave you.
Shake what your mama gave you. Move your black ass.
What's up?
And that's history. And you saying it just like it's just regular, but this turned out to be one of the biggest bass songs of all time. A record that still jams to this day. A record that still gets him shows to this day. Classic record. 30 years ago, y'all went into the studio and made a record that people are still talking about. People are still playing to this day.
That you never knew. I always say, I said when Salt and Pepper put Push It out, that wasn't that they didn't expect that to hit at all. Salt and Pepper didn't even like the record. You know what I'm saying? Their record was Tramp. Tramp was the A-side record. Push It was the B-side record.
Mm-hmm. And they was pushing Tramp.
They was pushing Tramp. Had no idea. And then when they first was starting to do shows, they think it was Tramp. They coming doing shows, they barely playing Push It. They play Push It for one verse, and then they cut it off, and the people like, what the fuck y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Until they realized Push It was getting you these shows. It wasn't no fucking Tramp. I mean, right. Trap okay. You know, Trap okay, but Push It was doing the shit. I gotta tell people, I said my biggest record that I ever did was Shake It.
Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it.
Shake It was my biggest record.
Now, making that record, was that just a regular day, or was you saying, man, we just made us a hit record?
I think I told you before in the first interview, that record wasn't even for us. That record was for these girls.
Right.
And it just so happened that the girl thing didn't work out, and he's like, shit, let me use it for my album. Fuck it.
And you took that same sample over to Vision Records with you when y'all worked on that Shake Them Titties album, right? You used that same, come on, shake it.
Well, that's Clay D made the beats. We came over there to Vision to do the scratching.
Okay.
But Clay D made the beats, and he just sampled the shake it parts with the Shadi saying, "Come on, shake it, shake it." You know what I'm saying? But dog, that's probably my biggest record. If people interview JT Money say, man, Who That was my biggest hit. But Shake What Your Mama Gave You was my longevity to this day.
Right.
I'm still eating off of Shake What Your Mama Gave You.
Oh, well, man, hold on. I want to finish up on this Poison Clan thing. Cause like you said, y'all was digging in the crates, y'all coming up with these samples and these different beats and stuff. But not only that, y'all was really creating a cohesive whole album, top to bottom. Sound like it was really formatted, like y'all put a lot of thought process in the formatting and the skits.
My mind back then, everybody gets something from everybody. I was into Dr. Dre, of course, as far as, and what was the name of the Public Enemy and them producers? God damn.
The Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad and Dre. How they put albums together. They make it like a book. And you chapter to the next chapter. And that's what my mentality was on. I want this song to go into this song and this song. When we did the album, JT said, Mike, put it in the format. You know what I'm saying? And I put it in, I said, okay, I'm starter. And there was 2 songs we had to change because we couldn't get a sample clearance. And one of them was the intro. Come on.
Of the now infamous Poison Clan. And JT, we want to hear it from your point of view. Tell us why you're always in trouble with the police. Tell us about school. JT, your fans want to hear it from your point of view, in your own words. JT?
Mary had a little lamb and it was me. A rowdy motherfucker named JT. Problem child. Got strong, now they say I'm buck wild. But I ain't pay him no mind. The old girl used to say a hard head made us all behind. So I guess I'm the black sheep of the family. Cause they ass can't handle me. And I hate cops. Cause they like to break black sheep in the lamb chop. So I keep making problems. Cause I can't picture being sheepskin condoms. And I don't need no shepherd, see. Especially one that's cursed with leprosy. See, not all black sheep sleep. Look what happened to Lil Bo Peeps. I was left and got knowledge. Fuck high school and motherfuck college. Now you see why I'm so destructive. A black sheep ain't shit to fuck with.
JT, you use the word bitch quite a bit in your lyrics. Tell me, do you have a girlfriend? Is there a woman in your life?
But we had a Commodore's thing on in there that went with it, and dog, it make that. I used to play the original when we do shows, and they'd be like, "Damn, that shit don't, man, that bitch going off. It don't sound like that on the record." Because we couldn't clear it. The other song was the Living in the City.
Living in the city.
Bad enough now, but still getting worse.
Living in the city.
Cause in the city, you live and let die.
Living in the city.
I ain't frontin'.
Living in the city. Talk to me quick.
Wake up to the sound of somebody screaming. Look out my window, some niggas triple teaming. A nigga who ain't from round the way. And ask what was the price you gotta pay for trying to play bold. Walking through my neighborhood, where'd you go? Talking about going to a bitch crib. Now you fucked up and stuck with broken ribs. That's the way it's gotta be. If I was round your way, y'all gon' front on me. So I look out for self. If I wanna see a bitch, I'll see her somewhere else. Cause hoes be setting niggas up. And at the same time getting niggas touched. But so a bitch can't get me, I'm always packing that thing with me. Cause I'm
Living in the city.
Bad enough now, but still getting worse.
Oh my God! If you would have heard the original, it was a Patti LaBelle. I can tell you, the pianos went. The piano. I want you to just imagine this. The pianos went. Dum 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 dum. Imagine living in the city.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
it was
man.
hard, but Patti LaBelle and them people wouldn't clear it, so I had to change it. You know what I'm saying? And it came out okay, but it wasn't like the first.
That Living in the City was definitely, you know what I'm saying? It was detailing, JT really detailed the streets of Miami and the things that people go through, man. He was telling the story about an innocent person going to jail and things of that nature that was really going on.
Jay was in real form. He was in raw form then, boy. Jay on the first album. I give the first album. Deb was the top man on that first album. Jay was saying his shit, but his voice wasn't. He hadn't perfected it to the T yet. When he got to that second album, though, especially when he wake it up every morning, pockets on E. That track right there, that's probably my favorite track. Because I put a lot into that, especially we stopped the song and went into him a motherfucker actually getting jacked, and we go back into. So
and then again, like I said, the details that y'all went into to make somebody visually be able to see, they hearing, but y'all made them be able to see it.
Right. The only thing I said, man, that the other albums was straight too, you know what I'm saying? But we started more worrying about what the people in the industry was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like when we did Poison Mentality, it was our own style. It was our own style, like the J way J rap, the style he rapped, his flow. It was his own style, right? So we doing shows, everybody love it, but we looking at the magazine, they kind of criticizing us, like, you know what I'm saying? And we let that kind of affect us. So the next album, I mean, Jay was still doing Jay songs, but his flow kind of changed up slightly. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a hip hop, type of flow where, like, dog, you had the flow from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it still was good, but that poison mentality, that was raw form.
That
Raw
is
form.
that is JT in his rawest form, man. That poison mentality. As a youngster in Florida, this was like I say one of the biggest albums that ever dropped, and we played it on repeat. And like we said, the samples, the beats, they was so much Florida. It was so much detailed of Miami, Florida, and he
Even the
gave so
comedy,
much detail.
everything connected.
Even the
Even the
comedy. Even the
you know,
comedy, man. You know that girl ain't buy you nothing.
yeah.
You know, it might be with that one
Got
gold
that
off way
one
in the back
gold,
of
got
your
that one
mouth.
gold way in the back. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And like I said, complete album. That project was a complete album. It was something you just listened to from top to bottom, man. And it's amazing that after 30 years, we could still be talking about this album. After 30 years, this album is still something that's played today and still has a big impact on the music scene.
I just wish that we could have been promoted better. Not taking nothing from Luke. I mean, Luke did his thing, but Luke can only do so much because there's a lot of people in this industry didn't like Luke, and especially the BETs and a lot of people up north at the time really didn't like Luke, and they didn't want to give him no play. They didn't want to give him no airplay. It was like how Jay Prince would rap a lot. Ghetto Boys could have been way bigger than what they was, but
Right.
they wouldn't allow them to get big, and that that album right there could have been just as big as any of these other albums, bigger than Mobb Deep album. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have that. We didn't have the promotion in the backing. Like they did. But like I said, it's not Luke. Luke did what he could, but they only would allow him to do so much. They didn't want Luke to make it like that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And that was the
So
thing that held back, the promotion part was held back. But anybody who heard it know it's straight classic. It was only
yeah,
if
yeah,
they didn't hear it that
yeah.
they wouldn't know. But anybody that heard it or anybody, like I said, was anywhere near South Florida, this was the biggest thing to hit. And like I keep saying, I know to y'all it was just a Tuesday. Y'all probably just went in there and dropped the song. It was just a Tuesday. But to us, y'all went in there and created magic. And it's we know it's magic because of the time that it's lasted. We talking about 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago, man. And
Yes, sir.
I know Jay did a remix to some of the songs. I haven't really heard it yet.
Yeah,
Uh,
Still Poisonous is the name of the EP that he just dropped.
yeah,
JT
I haven't.
Money just dropped. It's called Still Poisonous, 30-year anniversary of the Poison Mentality album. And
Mm,
like he said, he redid a lot of songs on new tracks and stuff like that. If you all haven't heard it, I suggest you go out there and check it out. JT Money, Still Poisonous.
yeah, right.
Right, right. And we also celebrating you, Mike Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Because 30 years, man, making a project that lasted 30 years that people still listen to today, that's a big accomplishment. Also, shout out to King Devastator, who also contributed to that album and also contributed making the biggest song of the album, Shake What Your Mama Gave You, straight
Hey,
bass classic. And hey man, we
anybody?
salute you, Mike Fresh, man. We salute you over here. You know, every time I do a bass interview, sometime kind of way your name come up. They always call you the big homie. They always show you the much respect and much love. And so you know, we giving you that same love over here.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know, you giving everybody opportunity to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Yes,
because people
sir.
got stories, man. Everybody got a story, man. Everybody can make a Friday. Everybody, if people put their mind to it, everybody got a story.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how you put it.